Have you ever wondered when it all started to change? One day you woke up and realized your energy wasn't the same. The spark in the morning, missing. Your strength, your confidence, even your desire fading quietly without warning. It's not just aging, it's not just getting older. For millions of men over 65, this slow decline in vitality, especially in the bedroom, isn't random. It's the result of silent shifts happening inside your body. Your testosterone, your blood flow, your ability to feel like yourself again. And here's the real surprise. Some of the most common fruits in your kitchen fruits you thought were helping may actually be making things worse. But there's good news. Just by changing the fruits you eat each day, you can support your hormones, repair your circulation, and reclaim your vitality. In this video, we'll uncover the 4 fruits you should avoid after 65 and the 4 you should embrace. Each one holds a secret your body needs, and by the end, you'll know how to support your energy and confidence naturally. Subscribe to Life After 65 and tell us where are you watching from. We'd love to hear your story. Now let's take a closer look at the first fruit that might be draining your strength more than you ever expected. It seems innocent, small, sweet, and often praised as heart healthy. But for older men, grapes can quietly turn into a hormonal trap. You see, most conventionally grown grapes are coated with pesticides, many of which act like synthetic estrogens inside your body. These xenoestrogens mimic female hormones and interfere with your natural testosterone. Over time, this hormonal confusion can lead to reduced libido, softer erections, stubborn belly fat, and even prostate issues. Imagine pouring water into a container that already has oil. The result isn't clean, it's murky, imbalanced. That's what happens when your body's overloaded with estrogen-like chemicals. Your own testosterone can't function the way it used to. Now picture this. One of my patients, Michael, age 68, thought grapes were helping his heart. He ate them every morning often while taking his blood pressure meds. But he was tired, foggy, and hadn't felt firm intimacy in months. When we cut out non-organic grapes and introduced cleaner fruit alternatives, something changed. Within just 3 weeks, his mornings were different. More energy, better clarity, and yes, noticeable improvements in confidence and function. It's not that grapes are bad for everyone, but for men over 65 with already declining testosterone, even small hormonal disruptions matter. That's why I recommend avoiding grapes unless they're certified organic, and even then enjoy them sparingly. And grape juice. Think again, it's often loaded with sugar and pesticide residues. That glass may look healthy, but it could be silently sabotaging your manhood. Have you ever noticed how certain healthy habits just don't feel right anymore? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. Now imagine this. You're sitting at the breakfast table. The sun is rising. You take your morning medications and reach for something soft, sweet, and easy to eat, a little fruit cup. It feels like a harmless choice, maybe even a smart one. But hidden inside that neat container is a quiet trap for men over 65. Canned fruit cocktails. They're convenient, colorful, and comforting. But the truth is, they're soaked in syrup that can slowly wear down your blood vessels and your manhood. Most of these fruit cups sit in high fructose corn syrup or concentrated fruit juice, both loaded with simple sugars. And when that sugar hits your bloodstream, especially first thing in the morning, it sends your insulin skyrocketing. That spike does more than raise your blood sugar. It disrupts nitric oxide, the very molecule that fuels firm, reliable blood flow. Without nitric oxide, circulation weakens. And when that happens, so does your ability to perform rest and recover. One man I worked with, Charles, 72, had been eating these cups daily for over a decade. He felt tired all the time, foggy, disconnected from his wife, but he never linked it to fruit. When we removed the canned cocktails and swapped in real low-sugar fruits, it didn't take long. Within weeks, he was sleeping better. He smiled more, and intimacy found its way back into his life. Even the light syrup or no added sugar versions aren't as safe as they seem. These fruits have been canned for months, stripped of fiber, and preserved with chemicals. They're not helping your body, they're just sweetening the damage. So next time you see that fruit cup in your pantry or your breakfast tray, pause, ask yourself, is this nourishing me or numbing me? Have you ever relied on canned fruit as a quick fix? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know how it's worked for you. Let's talk about a fruit that most of us grew up with. It's one of the first we ever tasted. Soft, simple, easy to digest. You've probably grabbed one on the go or sliced it over cereal. Bananas. They've earned a reputation as the perfect snack. But for men over 65, especially those feeling more tired, gaining weight, or struggling with motivation, bananas might not be as friendly as they seem. Here's why. Bananas, especially the ripe, sweet ones, are packed with fast-digesting sugars. The moment you eat one, your blood sugar jumps. That spike in insulin may feel harmless, but over time it creates a hormonal chain reaction. Insulin goes up, testosterone goes down. Your metabolism slows, and your energy levels follow. Bananas also influence serotonin production. That's the chemical in your brain that helps you relax. Sounds good, right? But too much serotonin at the wrong time can leave you feeling emotionally flat, unmotivated, even disconnected. One of my clients, Peter 70, came to me feeling off. Not sad, just dull. No spark, no desire. He was eating 2 bananas every morning, thinking it gave him energy. But when we swapped in other fruits and lowered the sugar load in his breakfast, things shifted. He felt clearer, more alert, and slowly his sense of intimacy returned. Bananas also contain tryptophan, which promotes calmness. But if you're trying to wake up your body and feel alive, not calm down, then too much of it may not serve you. That doesn't mean every man needs to toss out every banana. But if you're eating them daily and noticing low-drive mental fog or a lack of morning energy, it's worth experimenting. Have bananas been part of your routine? And have you felt more tired or emotionally distant lately? Drop a comment. I'm here to listen. Now let's turn to something that seems even more innocent. Just a few pieces here and there, a handful after dinner, something to curb that sweet tooth without reaching for candy. Dried fruits. Raisins, dates, figs. For many men over 65, these are go-to snacks. Easy to store, easy to chew, but they're also incredibly deceptive and often silently harmful. You see, dried fruits are sugar bombs in disguise. When fruits are dried, the water disappears, but the sugar stays. That means a small handful of raisins can have more sugar than a can of soda. And without the water or fiber to slow digestion, that sugar hits fast, spiking your blood sugar and slamming your insulin into overdrive. And we already know what high insulin means: lower testosterone, more belly fat, and less reliable circulation. But it doesn't stop there. Many commercial dried fruits are coated in vegetable oil to keep them from sticking, and they're preserved with sulfites to maintain color and shelf life. Those chemicals might look harmless on a label, but they can interfere with how your body absorbs zinc, a mineral that's absolutely essential for testosterone and male performance. One gentleman I worked with, Frank 74, had a habit of snacking on dates before bed. He thought it was a healthy way to avoid ice cream, but his energy was low, his sleep was restless, and his intimacy had faded. When we pulled the dried fruits, his sleep improved almost immediately, and with better sleep came a natural rise in testosterone and motivation. So yes, they're sweet, but for your body, especially at this age, they can be quietly destructive, and the damage isn't loud. It builds day by day, snack by snack. Have you ever relied on dried fruits as a healthy treat? Let me know in the comments if you've noticed any changes, good or bad. I read every story. Now let's shift toward healing. Because just as the wrong fruits can quietly drain your strength, the right ones can rebuild it one bite at a time. Let's start with one of nature's most powerful gifts. It's deep red, rich in antioxidants, and has been used for centuries to promote vitality and blood flow. Pomegranate. If there's one fruit I recommend again and again to men over 65, it's this one. Why? Because pomegranate supports the very system responsible for your energy, your confidence, and your performance, your circulation. Inside every pomegranate are compounds called punicalagins. These powerful antioxidants work to reduce inflammation, protect your blood vessels, and increase nitric oxide, the very molecule that allows blood to flow freely through your body, especially where you need it most. In one small clinical study, Men who drank pomegranate juice daily noticed stronger erections and even a measurable rise in testosterone after just a few weeks. This isn't just surface-level improvement. This is support at the cellular level. I remember one of my clients, Richard 69, who felt like his best years were behind him. He'd lost his morning drive and was constantly fatigued. We added just half a cup of fresh pomegranate seeds to his daily routine, sometimes in a smoothie, sometimes straight from the spoon. Within a month, he felt the shift. More clarity, more energy, and yes, the kind of mornings that reminded him of his younger self. If you're trying this at home, make sure to choose 100% pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar, or better yet, enjoy the seeds themselves. Add them to yogurt, blend them, or eat them fresh. Your body will thank you. Have you ever tried pomegranate regularly? I'd love to know how it's worked for you. Share your story in the comments. Next up is a fruit that's often overlooked. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but inside this small green fruit lies a quiet power that can protect your testosterone, reduce your stress, and support your overall vitality. I'm talking about kiwi. At first glance, kiwi might seem like just another citrus snack, but it's loaded with more vitamin C than an orange, and for men over 65, that matters. Because vitamin C doesn't just boost your immune system, it plays a critical role in protecting the cells in your testes responsible for producing testosterone. When those cells stay strong, so does your manhood. But kiwi does even more. It contains a special enzyme called actinidin, which helps your body digest protein and absorb key nutrients like zinc and magnesium. These minerals are essential for male energy and performance. And as we age, our digestion slows. So even if we eat healthy, we don't always absorb what we need. Kiwi helps bridge that gap. It also works on your stress. High cortisol, the stress hormone, competes directly with testosterone. When cortisol rises, testosterone falls. But kiwi helps reduce cortisol, naturally calming your system while protecting your drive. One study out of Japan showed that eating just 2 kiwis a day improved sleep, lowered blood pressure, and boosted emotional well-being in older adults. I had a patient, Gary 71, who struggled with mood swings and low motivation. He was skeptical but started adding kiwi to his breakfast. 2 weeks later, he reported feeling more balanced, more energized, and even sleeping through the night again. And here's a tip: eat the whole fruit. Yes, even the skin. It's edible, packed with fiber, and adds even more nutrients. Just rinse it well or buy organic. It's amazing what a small fruit can do when your body's ready to receive it. Have you ever eaten kiwi with the skin on? I'm curious. Try it this week and tell me how it goes. Now let's turn to a fruit that feels like summer. Juicy, refreshing, simple. But beyond its sweetness, watermelon hides a powerful secret one that can support healthy blood flow, boost your stamina, and reignite physical confidence in men over 65. What makes watermelon so special is a compound called L-citrulline. Once inside your body, this amino acid converts into L-arginine, which then increases nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, as you may remember, is the key to opening up blood vessels, improving circulation, and allowing your body to respond when it matters most. Unlike synthetic pills, watermelon doesn't force your body, it works with it. Gently, safely. Several men I've worked with, like Henry 66, saw meaningful changes just by eating watermelon in the morning. Henry began having a few fresh slices daily, especially before breakfast. Within a couple of weeks, he noticed firmer mornings, more daytime energy, and even better mood. Watermelon is also hydrating, low in fat and low in sodium, perfect for aging bodies that need circulation without pressure. Want to boost the benefits? Don't skip the white rind just beneath the skin. That's where the highest concentration of L-citrulline lives. Blend it into a smoothie or mix it with ginger or lemon for a refreshing, circulation-boosting drink. Think of it as nature's version of a blue pill, but without the side effects. Watermelon isn't just food, it's a tool. A simple, delicious way to support your vascular health and rebuild a connection you might have thought was gone. Have you ever tried watermelon first thing in the morning? Try it this week and share your experience. I'd love to hear what changes you feel. And now we arrive at the final fruit. It's small, dark, easy to overlook, But for men over 65, it may be the most powerful of all, especially when it comes to protecting your hormones, your brain, and your long-term energy. I'm talking about blueberries. These tiny fruits are packed with anthocyanins, a group of antioxidants that work like your body's natural repair team. They help clean up oxidative stress, the kind of internal damage that slowly eats away at your testosterone, your blood vessels, and even your mental clarity. As we age, that kind of stress builds silently. It's not loud. It doesn't announce itself. But one day you realize you're slower to recover. Your thoughts feel foggier. Your motivation is thinner than it used to be. Blueberries help reverse that. They support sharper thinking, more balanced energy, and a more responsive body. And the science backs it up. Studies show that regular blueberry intake can improve insulin sensitivity, enhance memory, and even support mood, all of which are deeply tied to your sense of vitality and masculinity. One of my favorite patients, Leonard 75, came in feeling disconnected, not just from others, but from himself. He wasn't sleeping well. He felt forgetful, and his intimacy had disappeared. We kept it simple, half a cup of fresh blueberries every morning added to his yogurt. In just a few weeks, his sleep improved, his focus sharpened, and for the first time in months, he felt awake. Blueberries are low in sugar, high in fiber, and gentle on the system. You can toss them into oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or just eat them plain. However you enjoy them, your body will know what to do. Have you tried starting your day with blueberries? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what shifts you notice. Sometimes the smallest habits make the biggest difference. So let's take a breath and bring it all together. If you're a man over 65, what you choose to put on your plate each day matters more than ever, especially when it comes to your energy, your clarity, and your confidence. The fruits you once thought were healthy grapes, canned fruit, cocktails, bananas, dried fruits, they may seem harmless. But quietly, they can spike your blood sugar, disrupt your hormones, and drain the very strength you've worked so hard to hold on to. But here's the beauty of it all. You don't need perfection. You don't need a complicated diet, just simple, consistent choices. Choose fruits that work with your body: pomegranate to open your circulation, kiwi to calm your stress, watermelon to awaken your flow, and blueberries to shield your hormones and sharpen your mind. Start small, add one to your breakfast. Replace one sugary snack with something healing. Give your body a reason to trust you again. Because aging isn't about giving up, it's about tuning in, about recognizing the wisdom in your body and giving it the support it quietly craves. If this message spoke to you, please give it a like. Share it with a friend who may be struggling in silence. And subscribe to Life After 65 so you never miss a moment that could change your path. Tell me in the comments, which fruit will you start with today? Your strength doesn't fade with age, it evolves. And so should your habits. One bite at a time, one morning at a time. You've still got so much life ahead. Let's live it with purpose.